And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to Dreamy Dreamland with Sensei Bob. I am your sensei here to entertain and inform. Don't believe a word I say. Nothing here is real. The only thing that is real is love's co-creation. All else is illusion of egos, fear, and self-loathing. All I have to do to be in the cone of God's unconditional love and Jesus' unconditional forgiveness is to be your best. You don't have to be perfect. Just be your best, right? You don't have to wear tiny shorts and dye your hair and just talk about yourself. You can look out from. Why do we have two eyes to see? Why do we have two ears to hear? We only have one mouth. So we should not be speaking. Actions speak louder than words. And that's one reason I'm going on the bottom, not just because it's cold. I mean, I've lived out in the winter, 2 winters. Oh, I don't know, it all blurs in. But John Birmingham threw me out of school in September of 2017. And pretty much I haven't been there since then. Now, last year I went to visit him, beginning of around February, and around the 10th, and we had an ice storm. I couldn't get out for a month. I was there, right? And every day he'd say, you gotta go, get out, right? It's costing me money, right? Well, really, I had all this food in my car. He couldn't get. The last delivery that I was talking to him at, he spent $500 to have Kroger send him cupcakes and ring dings and doodles, whatever. But I had a car full of vegetables, and I kind of cooked them up for us. Right? I find it much more rewarding to share what I have, right? Because hoarding it or holding on to it or any of the above is kind of the mechanism of materialism. And I have to agree that I have held on to a lot of stuff. I mean, I have pallets in the woods full of stuff that I, packed up in garbage bags and covered by tarps. And then the years, the leaves fall down. I forget about them. I'm walking in the woods. Boom! I pull into. Oh, look at this! I forgot about this. So, even if anyone needs anything, I usually go, oh, I think I got something. And magically, I kind of pull it out of the woods and say, here. But no one in their right mind would rob anything I have because it's not worth anything within the construct of what materialism says things are worth, right? I got like 50 screwdrivers, right? Someone's going to break into my place to steal a screwdriver? I don't think so. So you don't have to be scared of anything, right? What's the worst that can happen? You die. I've died 7 times already, right? And I got 2 more to go, right? And this winter, I decided to go on the Bob and to go out and travel and interact with people to in every day and every way take the piece of the earth and make it stronger by my interactions, right? And to where, I'm a human being. I'm motivated by my ego. I'm manipulated by my hormones, but I'm aware of that, I'm in my 70s. So my hormones have dissipated, and my experience has risen above my ego. So I realized what's the true essence of life, and that is sharing love's co-creation. That's what we're here for, right? This is a work in progress. There is no, the end times are coming soon, and I'm going to heaven, and everything will be great. I don't think so. I don't know if you realize, but we're in a dimensional bubble. If you look at history, I mean, everyone thinks that, with the origin of the species. We're all evolving. No, we're like Eva was right. We're like devolving, right? I mean, there were before the Spanish showed up all across North and Central and South America. There were tremendous cultures, cities of millions of people where they didn't have war, they didn't have famine. Yes, they had a social structure, but everyone was taken care of. It was understood that they lived in a society and an environment of abundance. And in balance, there was abundance. Now we don't, everything's motivated by profit. So we're not in balance. We've lost our homeostasis, right? Why am I alive? My endocrinologist, he can't understand. I'm alive. How old is that little one?
15 months.
Ah, you're doing pretty good, kiddo. Kind of self-oriented. Does what?
Yeah.
What's that little one's name? Addie. Well, you're going to be a president one day, Addie. President of something. Do you guys come from here?
From Andrew County.
That's from here. Yeah, I've been here 20 years. So I'm not from here, but I belong. I'm a belonger, so to say. Everyone's gotten used to me. But things are truly changing. I used to teach here back in the early 70s when there was only 800 students at that school. Now with 30,000. Well, it's a party school. People come here to go skiing and hiking and canoeing and not learn anything.
Yeah.
I was sitting in the woods. There's a really nice place just inside of North Carolina, off of Watauga River. That used to get washed out all the time, and the state put a parking lot and fixed it up. It has a nice beach and a path that goes through. So it's like out there, sitting in a lawn chair, reading a book. And these kids walked by and didn't even notice me, right? I mean, how could you not notice this guy? Anyway, they were frolicking in the water, and I was listening to everything they said. And they were just graduating, and two of them were had a degree in psychology, one in sociology, 3 in business. And so as they came out, they almost knocked me over, and then they realized there was somebody there. And so I listened to everything they had said. So I said, "Let me read your palms." And I went down the line. And I had listened to them for a number of hours, so I knew exactly who they were. The phone is flashing. Anyway, so I told them who they were, and they were like amazed. And they wanted to know more. And I said, "Well, that costs money." And so they didn't want to give me any money. And this one guy opened up tons of 20s. And I live in the woods, so I don't really have a lot of money. Long story short, they had like this girl who graduated in psychology. She didn't even know who Freud was. 4 years in psychology. Yes. But there are some kids out in that school who are pretty smart. Actually take the resources there and use them. And I would say at least half of them kind of do that. Maybe a third really realize what an asset it is and actually there's a good almost 2/3 who like. So did you go to school, Mom? Where'd you go to school? I did a study there back in the 80s in their sociology. That's a good school. I like it. What'd you get a degree in? Sociology. We created this is way before No Child Left Behind, which really means every child left behind. We started a thing called the STAR program, where we statistically looked for the like worst town, worst state, worst county, worst town, worst school, worst kid. We go to that kid, and we would give him a mentor or her a mentor and build them up. Because they're usually the smartest ones. Then the teacher could teach the rest of the school. Then the school didn't fall apart. And so just by doing that one kid, we changed everything around. We did it for 15 years across the country. We had a cadre of 100,000 kids, right? We showed beyond a shadow of a doubt, if you wanted to really uplift the population, you do that, and you give a single mother $300 a month, right? And it was the cheapest thing to do to in 10 years, right? And they said, oh no, we're not going to do that. We're going to do this thing called No Child Left Behind. And this is what we got. So that's why sociology is a tough thing, because if you know what's going on, it'll drive you crazy. You want to commit suicide or go into your office and start taking people out. Especially the lady who runs HR. So you still doing that, or have you? How long did you do that? Did you even do it? Did you go get a job?
Oh, well, I went to social work.
You did a social work. Did you get an MSW?
I'm sorry.
Did you get an MSW?
No, I just got in with a hospital and with my sociology degree.
Right. MSW is, if you ever go back, and you probably do it online, get an MSW, because then you can do anything. And you can put a shingle on your door and have them come to your kitchen.
That's what I was trying to talk about. But right now, I'm a stay-at-home mom.
So is that the only little one you got?
But biological, I've got two others that come by here.
How old are they?
14 and 7.
Well, they're about to get out. I was on my own at 9.
Wow.
So, Mom, let's see your palm. Hand your right. Hand your right leg. Put it up like that. Well, you're honest, girl. Pretty even-tempered, even though you can't stand your man. A lot of deja vu. There's a lot of healing. Were you a nurse? There's a lot of healing. Were you a nurse? Because there's a lot of healing in here.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Did you?
I took CNA classes and I tried my hand at it for about a year.
Well, it's hard to do that because they treat you like a slave. So
Yes. And I was doing it in a nursing home and you get really attached to people and then you lose those people and it breaks my heart.
and not only this, you lose them to incompetence.
Yes.
It'd be one thing if it was their time to go.
Yes. Absolutely.
It's like,
So it was difficult for me. My long-term career was I worked with educational programs for developmentally disabled adults.
that's another thing I worked in, and what we did the research. We realized people weren't developmentally handicapped; they had just other skill sets.
That's right.
And if you were to point them into the thing that they could do really well themselves, they would do better than anybody else. Like autism. We found kids who could do trigonometry in their head. I mean, no one taught to them; they were just seeing it, right? And so we steered them towards that.
Exactly. You just have to find their strengths and guide them in that direction.
But that's not how the system works.
No,
It's like imprisonment in a status quo of what we think.
exactly. I hate labels.
Right.
I hate labels.
So let's see the backside. So you're a lot smarter than people give you credit for. You're very empathetic, and you put your hand down. The thing that got in your way, two things. One, you worry too much.
Yes.
The other is, because of that, you're always distracted.
Yes.
So you always miss that place
Yes.
if you're 20. And after you missed it, but it's already. And so you kind of realize that probably in the last 15 years, and you're trying to rejigger. But after 40 years of doing that,
It's a little hard to retrain life.
you can, and you are, and you're doing better.
I'm trying, but it's
No.
conscious effort.
Don't try to. You can't be perfect, but you can do your best. Right? So you see, you're darling daughter put her sunglasses on because she doesn't want to be seen.
Yeah, she has her way with it. She rolls the roost.
How many kids did you have?
How many kids? Two. She's my oldest, and then she has a brother who's 4 years younger.
What's he up to?
Pardon?
What is he up to?
Currently, he works with his father in construction, but is tentatively leaving that in search of himself.
Well, that's good. If he's not married, doesn't have a kid, right? And he has a trade under his belt, and that's the thing he should do. How old is he? 20?
He'll be 27.
27?
All right. She gets mad at me because I either make her too young or too old.
Right, right.
And the same thing myself.
Right.
All right.
So somewhere
Yeah,
around
he'll be 27 on the 17th of this month.
Okay, so what astrological sign does that make him?
They are Scorpios.
Scorpio. Scorpio is a very interesting sign. They're very misunderstood, right? And they're actually loads of fun, really smart. Look at those shoes. Holy moly.
Say, look at my sparkles.
It's sparklies.
Those are my boots, but I decided to wear them.
Me too. I got my snow boots on, and I'm wearing the same kind of pants you are. So Scorpios, and one thing that Scorpios should really be conscious of, and that is don't throw their friends under the bus. Throw your friends under the bus.
Oh, yes.
Because you can only have so many friends.
You
Whoa.
don't need that better. I like it. Two, that's how somebody's here.
Yep.
Sierra.
Anyway,
You don't need to be a Sierra.
well, hopefully this is the last of the cold weather. Well, we had.
We wish.
I said hopefully.
We can always have.
We had such a nice Indian summer.
Yeah.
I mean, September and October. Thursday was 75.
I know.
Let's hope that New Year's can be 75.
That would be amazing.
Because that's the one good thing about global warming. It's going to be like 75 in New Year's Day and 140 on July 4th. We're all going to need spacesuits.
Yes.
Anyway, so it's time for me to go.
Well, we've enjoyed our conversation.
Yes.